Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we'll be talking about one of my favorite cards of all time, and that is Book of Moon. And the likelihood that Book of Moon could definitely go back from more than one of here in the TCG. So it could go back to 2 of, 3 of, you know, because there's many reasons why, and I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of players out there have thought Book of Moon should go back, you know, to more than one of. So let's talk about the pros and cons of Book of Moon, and then we'll go into why I think it has the possibility of coming back. So first off, the pros of Book of Moon is it's a very versatile card. That's one of the main reasons why Book of Moon has been a great card. It's neither a lot of people see the downside of Book of Moon right now because it does target a card. But the thing with Book of Moon is it's so multi-versatile. You can use it as an offensive card to get over big monsters. You can use it as a defensive card to stop monsters' effects, stop things from happening, stop your opponent from exceeding, synchroing, whatever. Just flip that monster face down and they cannot do anything. It's a great tool, and it's one of the most versatile cards I would say in Yu-Gi-Oh's history for a long time. It's a great card in Gravekeepers, and it's been a great card in Ghost Tricks with Jiangshi, and especially Gravekeeper's Spy. And Gravekeepers are probably one of the reasons why Book of Moon is at 1 of, or originally got put to 1, is because yes, it was a versatile card, but it was at 3 of for a long time. But Gravekeepers, when they started topping, to slow Gravekeepers down, because you have Book of Moon, the old thing I used to do for what, 6 years before Book of Moon went to 1 was you had your Gravekeeper Spy flipped up, you'd activate Book of Moon, you flip that Gravekeeper Spy back down, and then your next turn you flip it back up. Then you just keep pretty much swarming the field, and then in its prime you kept swarming the field with Recruiters, Descendants, Assailants, and you just kept swarming the field down your opponent's throat with a whole bunch of Gravekeeper monsters that they were having trouble dealing with. Granted, if you had multiple Book of Moons and a Recruiter, a Spy on the field, and a Necro Valley already up, just keep flipping it up and down, flipping it up and down. So Book of Moon is a very versatile card, as we just talked about, offensively and defensively. The negatives of Book of Moon is that it doesn't get rid of the monster, and number 2, it does target. In an age now where many meta decks have monsters that they can bring out that are boss monsters that say, you can't target me, it's not the best card. You know, Book of Moon, even though it's very versatile, is one of those cards that's starting to become part of the old part of Yu-Gi-Oh, where, you know, yes, it's a good card on paper, it's a great card, and in casual games and casual settings, yes, it's still a good card. But in competitive play, it's not as good as it used to be, because the fact of the matter is, it does target. Same thing with Compulsory Evacuation Device, same thing with like Mirror Force, destroying cards are not a good thing anymore. It's kind of been power creeped, so to speak. But it's still a good card nonetheless. And in the right deck, it's great. Shaddoll Prediction Princesses is a perfect deck for that. So yes, it does have negatives because it does target, and it breaks even. There's no pro or con, but the versatility can win you duels, and does help me out a lot. And I still play it in a couple decks here or there that I do find uses for it, because it may help, because it may stop monster effects from like getting over my Shein, or just general things. It does. I still use it in some of my decks, not all of them like I used to, but I do use it in some. So why do I think Book of Moon has the likelihood of coming back now? Well, if you guys have been paying attention over the ever since I think it was they announced it originally, I think at the WCQ, the Nationals, for the North America Nationals, about a week or so ago, they announced a new archetype for the TCG, or they showed the cards. And that archetype, I cannot for the life of me pronounce the archetype's name, but they mainly revolve around flipping monsters up and down, kind of like Gear Armor. You know, that's pretty much what they do, that they keep reflipping themselves. Now, granted, you didn't used to run Book of Moon and Gear Armor. I know some people did that back in the day, but, you know, to reflip their armor back down, if, you know, it got fiendish chained with something, you just go Book of Moon, reflip it down, your Gear Armor. I know some people did run Book of Moon for that reason back in the day, but it is possible, because we have this new flip monsters, flip monsters are becoming a little bit more prevalent in the game with Shadow princesses. Yeah, they've been out for a year, that is, but still a lot more people are playing the deck because of pre-preparation of rights. And this new archetype that Konami is in the TCG is promoting that revolves around flip effects. Wouldn't it be a great idea if we brought out Book of Moon, this card that's Mas o menos right now, and we put it at more than 2 or 3 of to help promote our own deck and just to have people gain more interest in flip effect monsters in general. So it is a possibility for that reason alone. I think right now, before the ban list comes out, is a perfect time for Book of Moon to go back from 1 of to maybe 2 of or even 3 of. It's even possible it could go up to 3. I think Konami would try it out as 2 of and then put it back at 3 of maybe. I don't know. I still think it's a somewhat powerful card, but I do think it can come off the ban list, the limited list, excuse me. And right now would be the perfect time if Konami's decide to promote this huge, this TCG archetype that revolves around flip effect monsters. I think now is a good time for it to come back. So what do you think, guys? Do you think Book of Moon can come back from more than 1 of? And do you think it will come back from more than 1 of? If not in this format, in probably the near future. But I think right now is a very good time for it to come back. But tell me what you think down below, guys. And until next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.